Hello people, you're welcome to Pro Masterclass. My name is Tola Labi. In today's class, we're going to be discussing why it's sometimes difficult to sell a simple Wordmark logo to a client. So in my last class, I said I was going to be sharing some audio notes I sent out in the past to younger designers who have reached out to me, especially via WhatsApp. And this is going to be one of such classes. I'm going to be sharing an audio note I sent to a young designer to clarify some issues on presenting a Wordmark logo to a client and why that sometimes proves challenging. And this was the message I got from the designer. It says, there are times I feel a simple Wordmark logo is what works best for a brand, but the problem is how to defend it to a client. I find it hard to defend Wordmark logos. I feel Nigerian clients do not appreciate the simplicity of a Wordmark. Now, that's actually a very good question and a very valid issue a lot of designers face. I face that problem when it comes to Wordmark logos. Presenting a Wordmark logo to a client, especially Nigerian clients, a lot of clients feel that you haven't worked hard enough when you present a logo that is pretty much text, no symbols. A logo like Toshiba, Panasonic, now those are Wordmark logos. It's just the text, the name of the company. And sometimes a client might just feel like you just typed it out and you really haven't done any creative work as a designer. So I sent this young designer an audio note to clarify how you can sell a Wordmark logo to a client and why clients have an issue with Wordmark logos in the first place. So this is a very good question. I think it's something we've all gone through. It's something I've gone through, that creating a Wordmark and just being insecure as to whether or not you've done enough to justify your pay as a graphic designer. And I think that's where the problem starts. The fact that we feel we need to justify our pay by how much we have designed or how much pixels we've put into design. So we feel the more pixels, the more colors I've put in, the more symbols, the more shapes, then I should be paid more. But if I'm doing something simple, then it actually means I should be paid less. So the issue starts from the fact that we are now in a position where we're trying to impress the client rather than solve a problem. So I think the first step in solving this insecurity about doing a Wordmark is to first and foremost realize that your job as a designer is not to impress the client, but to solve a problem. That is your mission as a graphic designer. You are there to solve a problem, not to impress a client. And I think once you can come to terms with this as a designer, you would not find it as difficult to sell a Wordmark if you feel that is what solves the problem of the client. If you feel that's what would meet the need of the client's business or the client's service or the client's product, if you feel a Wordmark will best meet that need, then you should go with a Wordmark. The second thing is a lack of confidence. And if you know that as a graphic designer, your job is to solve a problem, the second thing is you need to be confident in solving that problem or in what you propose as a solution to that problem. I think enough graphic designers have not come to the point where they are confident enough with the solutions they propose to clients. And because of that, a lot of graphic designers are not coming up. They know that a Wordmark would work, but they are thinking, oh man, the client might not pay me. So they're not confident about it. So they give in to their insecurity and design a symbol or make the logo a little bit more decorated or add a little bit something a little extra. And because of that, clients in Nigeria especially are not used to seeing simple logos because graphic designers are not confident enough to do simple logos. So if most graphic designers are doing complex logos for their clients, that means most clients are seeing complex logos. That means that the graphic designer that now decides to break the norm and does a simple logo would face a lot of challenges because the client is not used to seeing simple logos. That means we've not created an environment where clients see a Wordmark as a logo. So it's the task of each designer to follow his gut feelings and to be confident about your solution providing. That you say, look, this is a Wordmark, and the more clients see Wordmarks around them, the more they will accept it as a type of design, a type of logo design. So it comes from a client, designers building their confidence in presenting Wordmarks to clients. And if I do a Wordmark for a client and I present it and I'm able to convince the client about the Wordmark being the solution, it makes your job easier if you want to present to a client that has seen a Wordmark done for another client. So you'll say, oh, this client has a Wordmark as a logo. I can use him as a reference. So I guess I can go with what this designer is recommending to me. So you must be confident in presenting your solution. So number one, you must know that as a graphic designer, you're not there to impress the client. You're there to solve a problem. And number two, you must know that in solving this problem, you have to be confident in what you present. You must your problem solving abilities must be backed up with confidence. And I guess lastly, the last challenge that we have when it comes to Wordmark logos is the fact that we as graphic designers a lot of times underrate the knowledge and the exposure of the clients. We feel clients are not as exposed as we are, and that might be a very faulty reasoning as a graphic designer, because clients are more exposed than you think. So a lot of people, you already think a client will tell you no for a Wordmark, but you're forgetting that as you are exposed, the client too, a lot of clients too are exposed. They go online, they see Wordmarks, they travel abroad, they see Wordmarks, they watch TV, they see Wordmarks. So they are getting exposed to Wordmarks too. So you'll be surprised that when you present a Wordmark, the client would like it. And that has happened to me a lot in my career, where I know that, look, I should go for a Wordmark. A Wordmark solves this client's problem. But because I think, oh, this client will not appreciate it, or this client would feel I've not worked hard enough, I go ahead and do something very complicated. And what surprises me a lot of times, when I now present that complicated idea to the client says, oh, why is this so complicated? I wanted this thing to look like what I saw on TV. I wanted it to look like what I saw in a magazine. I wanted it to be that simple. So I now realize that the clients are also exposed to good design too nowadays. So a lot of times, the insecurity we have in Wordmark is in creating a Wordmark logo for a client is unfounded, because clients are also exposed. They are seeing brands adopting Wordmarks. So if you feel you need to present a Wordmark to a client as a designer, have the confidence to present a Wordmark, and trust your problem solving abilities, and be confident in your problem solving abilities, and never underrate the ability or the exposure or knowledge of the client to Wordmark logos. Now that was a pretty short audio note, but I hope you still were able to get something useful from it, and I hope it helps you to build more confidence when presenting your Wordmark designs to clients. Now, if you have any experience or any question you want to ask me, feel free to leave a comment below, or you can also feel free to send me a WhatsApp message. You can find my number on my Instagram page. Now, if you've not subscribed to Pro Masterclass, I want to encourage you to click that subscribe button right now, and you'll be part of the Pro Masterclass family. Also, let me know what you think about me sharing my audio notes on this platform, and I'll see you in the next class.